Hello, Telarus community. I am Murph Krajewski from Sharpen. We are the Agent First contact center platform. Agent First means a lot of things, and there are a lot of different pieces and technologies that roll up into that. So I thought I'd kind of walk you through what that looks like in a brief little presentation today. First thing I'd like to address is when we say Agent First, and when we're looking through this presentation, we're going to be talking about contact center agents, not necessarily you as agents in the Telarus community. So the first thing I want to keep in mind here is that everything we do at Sharpen is aimed at helping agents help customers. And there's a couple of key reasons why we feel that this is important. This is the first. This is actually a graph pulled from the American Customer Satisfaction Index's website. It's the acsi.org. And if you look, they've basically started tracking customer satisfaction or CSAT scores in the mid-1990s. So this is Q3 of 1995, all the way up to the end of 2018 and into 2019. And as you can see, that number has never gotten above about 76%, 77%, and it's never dipped really below 70, which means if we're grading it like it's a school project, it's always been about a solid C to C+. So that means one of two things. One, either businesses across industries are providing the absolute best customer experience that they can, or two, customers are as happy as they can possibly be. Now, at Sharpen, we actually don't believe that either of those two things are true, which indicated to us something wasn't quite right. So then we found another piece of data here that draws a really clear correlation between the satisfaction of a customer and the satisfaction of an agent working in a contact center. Now again, if we work backwards and see that customers have kind of not gotten any happier in the last 20 years that we've been tracking this metric, it stands to reason that the lever we could pull to make that number go up would actually be the satisfaction of an agent. And it's interesting that about 93% of customers who have been polled say that an agent's emotional projection in an interaction affects their experience. So if we can make agents happier by making their job easier to do, then it stands to reason that customer satisfaction is really just a symptom of that, and it's naturally going to rise. So we started digging in. Of course, the old adage goes, if you're going to improve anything, you have to be able to measure it. So we set out to really measure what it means to have a good agent experience. We came up with three different parts of that, and that is efficiency, effectiveness, and empowerment. Now, two of these things, if you've ever worked in the contact center industry, two of these things are actually very familiar. Number one is efficiency, which is basically like how timely, how resourceful, how focused an agent is as they move through the tasks of their day. And that's things like average handle time, speed through an interaction, things like that, right? How quickly is an agent getting through their work? So then if you go to the next one, which is effectiveness, this is really more like how good are they at hitting the bullseye on a customer problem the first time. Things like soft skills, their competence, their reliability, right? All of those more quality specific metrics. Contact center platforms across the board have been measuring these things forever. This is where the bread and butter has come from the metrics side. But the key component that they've missed in their core platforms is empowerment. And this is essentially what we refer to as the experience of being a human being working in a contact center environment, right? How valued does that agent feel? Are they getting training? Are they getting coaching in an ongoing way? Are they a good fit on the team? Do they feel like they're a part of something larger? Now, there have also been sort of an outcropping of kind of point solutions that have been plugging into these other platforms for a long time, but we have it on pretty good authority that we're one of only a couple in the industry nowadays that are doing this as a part of our core platform. So now that we've got a good measurement for agent experience, we have to somehow bring that into our product set. And what that means is a lot of tools, not only for agents, but also for the managers of those agents, and honestly for system administrators as well. So it's actually this part of an entire whole that all support that better agent work experience. And here's just a few of the details of what that looks like. Maybe it's more modern tools. Obviously, a single interface is very helpful. Our omni-channel that we've rewritten is really kind of an industry first. We've got great integrations to CRMs, great coaching support. We'll dive into those things here in just a minute. But then on the manager side, there's proactive coaching tools. Our reporting is fantastic. I mean, I don't like to brag, but our reporting is really fantastic. We've got custom dashboards. We've got an IVR that's evolved beyond just the voice channel now. It encompasses all of the digital channels as well. And then, of course, workforce management for managers. On the administrator side, we've got a cloud-native architecture, 5 nines of guaranteed uptime. We've got security across our platform. We use AES 256-bit encryption on all traffic, at rest, in transit, all the way across the platform. And here's one of the greatest things that administrators love is that we are a single vendor. We handle contact center, unified communications, and the telco service. So they don't have to have one vendor for application support and then another one to go and get telco service. So all of those things kind of culminate into the Sharpen platform. So let's dive into what each of those 3 realms kind of gets from all of this. So on the agent side, we talked a little bit about our better omni-channel in a single interface. Everything works together. And so what we're looking at here is the interface of like a web chat, and we can actually see that at some point in time, the conversation needed to include a picture. So the agent simply flipped a little switch over here, turned it into an SMS message where the customer on the other side was able to take a picture, send it back, and then the agent could flip it back to a web chat. If at any point they needed to take a secure payment or send an email, they've got that. If they need to transition this to a phone call, if it's easier just to talk, they've got all of those tools in one place. And then all of that interaction gets packaged up as a single item for better reporting and better coaching. So we've also got really deep integrations to CRM systems. So what you're looking at here is a version of this is our agent interface again with CRM data pulled into it, or you could break it out into something like a Salesforce.com with our same tools embedded here, or maybe a Zendesk with our tools embedded in that window. We really don't care. It's the same functionality. It all depends on how the end user really wants to access our platform as it makes best sense for them. So then here's that other coaching object I mentioned earlier. This one started as an SMS, turned into a phone call. And so we've got all of this rich information that enables those good coaching conversations and really great reporting. And then it also allows us to identify coachable moments and then proactively tell a manager when an interaction has happened that needs some coaching attention. And then even better, we can route a training object back to the agent in their interface just as a part of their omni-channel workflow. So you don't have to like put them on pause, take them off the queue, put them in a training room for a couple of days and try to stuff a binder's worth of information into their head. If they use LOL in a web chat, you can get a flag for it and you can kick them the quick little primer on chat best practices for your company policies, 2 minutes in a micro training exercise and they're back on the queue. And all of that can be scheduled through workforce management as well. So you don't have to do coaching and training exercises if your volumes are really high. You can wait till that comes under control and then resume those training exercises. I talked a lot about our great reporting. Here's a look at it. So what we've done was it was kind of selfish. When we were building our platform, we're big data nerds, and so we wanted to know everything that was happening as we were building this platform. So what we did was we just took all of that information and we surfaced it to our end users. So you've either got click and drag tools that you can use to build these really great deep reports, and then there's even a little switch here that you could flip to make it a live report and use it as a ticker. Or if you've got people who know SQL, you can just have them write SQL queries, use that as well. And then all of those reports that get created, you can surface as these visual dashboards, and it's 100% customizable. It starts as a blank slate, or you can use some of the templates that we've already built along the way. You just add in the reports that are important to you, and you watch them. You surface it on a wallboard in your contact center, send a link to an executive and have them watch along from their office as well. So reporting has been a really great strong point for us. You can find us on sites like G2. We've been getting a lot of good traction there. Our users are responding back to us saying how much they enjoy using our tools, how much they've enjoyed working with our team. We're really proud of kind of a new ethic that we're bringing back to this industry that's been around since, frankly, the 1960s. It's an old industry that's time for some refresh. So there you go. That's Sharpen. We believe that happy agents make happy customers. Now here's where I will refer to each of you. We believe that happier agents in the Telarus community will also help us to make happy customers. We'd love to work with you. If you find a deal that you think Sharpen would be a great partner for, just go to our website, sharpencx.com, or you could just Google the word Sharpen and we're like the first thing that shows up. Our phone number is on our website. We actually also have a partner portal there where you can get some deeper training materials or some information. You can register a deal. Or if you just want to send us an email, reach out at partners@sharpencx.com.